Started about a year ago when I was trying to get a sip of water from a fire hose in the midst of COVID and everyone wanting to have animals processed. And Joe stopped in one day and said, the state's thinking about maybe trying to help out processors and looking to see ways to improve the supply chain. You know, what would that look like? What would you need?
And one of the reasons I stopped at Piedmont Custom Meats is I had animals that needed to be processed as well. So I think early on in the program, Donna and other folks like Donna helped formulate this plan, and I think that's one of the reasons that it worked is the state didn't come up with a plan, they came up with identifying a need, and then everybody figured out how to solve it.
Yeah, because my needs might be different from a different processors, but what my needs were through this process was able to be helped out.
And so the program never dictated what help would be provided.
Exactly.
We said, here's a pool of money, what would you do with the money if you had it? Yeah. And we got, with 57 grantees, we had 57 different ideas of how to spend that money.
Hi, I'm Donna Moore, Piedmont Custom Meats, President and CEO of Piedmont Custom Meats. We have a harvest facility in Gibsonville, North Carolina, just a little bit north of Greensboro, and we do all of our processing down here down in Asheboro at our processing plant. Down here, between the locations, we harvest beef, pork, sheep, goats, and a few water buffalo and bison. And then we do all kind of value-added products also. The IMPEC grant was just wonderful because when we started actually looking at the project and what our needs really were, at first we thought all we really just needed was more hanging capacity. But when we started looking at the whole chain, we realized we needed more employees. So we were able, through the IMPEC grant, to kind of put in a training program for skilled meat cutters. And we opened a third processing line. And then we also, of course, did get put in a larger cooling space to hang more carcasses. Plus, with that, we also upfitted a part of a building in Asheboro that was not being used. From that, there's going to be more cold storage and actually another processing room there, so we can actually expand even further. You know, during COVID, pre-COVID, we could pretty much get you in an appointment in about 4 to 5 weeks. When COVID hit, all of a sudden, all of 2020 was booked up with all the slots that we knew that we could actually process the animals. Now we've increased capacity by about 40%, and I still even have openings now. So if anybody needs animals processed, you know, the grant has allowed us to serve so many more customers. It's been wonderful to see people who didn't think they could get any animals processed be able to get animals processed. In fact, I had a phone call just this week from someone who's going to be driving 3.5 hours from Tennessee because they can't get animals processed in Tennessee, and so they're going to be coming to bring animals here. Still the same great service that you had before, but now you just can get in and get an appointment. We're still doing the value added. We can still make the bacon with the hot dogs and the other value added products that we were making before. We've been able to add those back in. During COVID, we kind of stopped because we were just trying to get animals out the door, but now we've added those back in. Big thank you to Commissioner Troxler for seeing the need and helping implement it and tasking those people to actually make it happen. It's been wonderful. So thank you, Commissioner Troxler, and all those that were involved in this project.